Hi everybody, how are you? Happy Wednesday. Okay, yeah, so again, one more time, welcome to IELTS Lunch Break with Fabi. Okay, as you already know, every Monday and every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Brisbane time, I'm here with you, all right, to help you make the most, okay, of your IELTS and help you get your 7, okay? As you already know, I've been teaching IELTS for a long time, all right? And I can help you with all parts of the test, but this lives, the focus will be writing, okay? Because that's the part where people really struggle, all right? And yeah, and my aim is to help you get a 7, okay? Because that's the most desired score, correct? Cool, so I don't know if you made it to the live on Monday. Okay, so on Monday we talked about the type of English that you need to get to your 7. Oh, hi, Louisa. Oh, hi, Bruna. Hi. Hi, Bruna. Yeah, so Bruna, if you have any questions, just ask me. All right, cool. So yeah, guys, so I don't know if you made it to the live on Monday, okay? But on Monday we talked about the type of English that you need to get a 7+ on the IELTS exam, okay? That live will be available soon, okay? So if I were you, I would watch that one too, all right? Just one today and that one too, because they are kind of connected, okay? And on Monday, we talked about how the examiner will check your writing. Okay, so I don't know if you know, but there are 4 things that the examiner will look at when they get your writing. Okay, so they're going to look at task response or task achievement. They're going to look at coherence and cohesion. They're going to look at lexical resource, which is vocabulary. And they're going to look at grammar, all right, grammar accuracy, okay? And today, our focus will be more related to the coherence and cohesion, okay? It's gonna be a mix of writing skills and grammar, all right? So today, we're gonna talk about linking words, okay? So, as I said before, the main thing about the linking words is that there is a whole section, okay, for the IELTS Writing Task 2 and Task 1 too, okay, in which the examiner will check if you are using what they call cohesive devices, okay? So what are these cohesive devices? So cohesive devices are basically those words in English or expressions that we use to connect ideas, okay? And a lot of people, they tend to forget about them, but every time I'm helping anyone with the IELTS exam, that's the first thing we talk about, because as I mentioned before, there is a whole section, okay, on how the examiners will check your score that actually talks about using these cohesive devices, okay? So that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, so these cohesive devices, they have different names. You can call them linking words. You can call them connectors, all right? You can call them, what else people call them? Conjunctions, all right? So they have all these different names, okay? And you can use them for different things too, all right? And that's what we're going to talk about today. Okie dokie, so the first thing that maybe you should think about is actually the type of cohesive devices that you may find. Okay, so the most common ones are the ones that will help you with addition. Okay, so when you're adding ideas. So for addition, we have contrast, we have reason, we have result, we have examples, we have explaining, all right? So you have so many of them, all right? And the main reason why they are so important is that, first of all, I feel that these cohesive devices, they help you connect your ideas, all right? That's the main thing that they do. then of course they help you with the flow of your writing. Okay, so just if you get any kind of text, just get a text and kind of cross off all the cohesive devices. You will see that it doesn't flow well, and you read and you kind of can't understand very well, all right? Or the text is broken up, it breaks up a lot. So that's another reason why, okay? And of course, when you use the cohesive devices to connect your ideas, you're also adding meaning to what you are writing. Okay, so that's why if you want a 7+, you need to use these words very, very well. Okay, and that's why we're talking about this. That's why it's actually the first live when it comes to grammar, because that's the first thing I work with my students when they are doing the IELTS exam. Okay, so we do a lot of practice because it's very, very important. And some people, they can't get the 7 because they are not using these cohesive devices. Okay, dokie, cool. So we talked about the types, so the why we need them. So we basically need them because we want to connect things, we want things to flow very well, all right? We talked about the types, okay? And when it comes to the meaning or the types, as I said before, right? So the types could be addition, contrast, and reason. And that's also the meaning of these cohesive devices. Okay, so when we see something, for example, what's the meaning? Example. So every time we use, for example, what we need after, an example. In addition, you're adding something. However, what do? You are contrasting something. All right, so this kind of things, basically noticing what the main use of these cohesive devices are. Oh, hi, Mesfer, how are you? If you have any questions about IELTS writing, just pop the questions. Guys, if you have questions, just pop the questions, okay? And I'll probably answer them later, all right, towards the end. But if you have any questions, just go for it and pop them, okay? So today we're talking about linking words, okay, for the writing part of the IELTS exam, okay? So you can get a 7+, okay, cool. So as I was saying before, right? So when it comes to the meaning of these words, however means contrast. In addition means addition, also means addition. When it comes to the meaning, I think most people, they're pretty good at that. They can see the word and they know what the word means. However, a lot of people are not very good at using these words, okay? So I get a lot of students saying, oh, I know this word, I know this word. And I'm like, why are you not using it? It's like, oh, that is true. Why am I not using it? Okay, so today I'm going to tell you the best way to look at these words so you can start using them more often, okay? So, when it comes to a little bit about the meaning again, all right? So a lot of people say, but Fabi, there's like this gigantic list. How do I choose? And I say, well, you choose based on the task, okay? So let's just think about, hi, you're very welcome. I'll say you're very welcome. All right, so when it comes to the, let's think about a task. Let's think about a task concerning advantages and disadvantages of something. All right. When you think about this, what do you need to do? Maybe between the body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2. You probably need to contrast your ideas, because if you're talking about advantages, that's something positive. Then you're going to talk about disadvantages. That's something negative, right? So how are you going to connect these two paragraphs? With cohesive devices. And which one you're probably going to need? Contrast, okay? So if your one paragraph is talking about something that is positive and the next one talking about something that is negative, what are you going to do? Use one concerning contrast, because that's the connection you're trying to make between those two paragraphs, okay? But then, if we think about the paragraph itself, all right, just think about the paragraph. You propose an idea, one advantage of something. Then you're probably going to explain that idea. You can use a cohesive device that talks about explaining things. Okay? And then maybe you're going to give a reason for your explanation. Then you can use a cohesive device that talks about explaining something. And then one thing that is very good to do is add an example. And then you can use a cohesive devices to introduce your example. Okay, so just think about it. So you introduce the idea, right? And then you explain. Cohesive device to explain. And then maybe you talk about a reason for that. Cohesive devices for reason. And then you give an example. Cohesive devices for examples. Can you see? So you already have 4 there. And then, of course, when you move on to the next paragraph, if it's something like advantages, you can stick a however or on the other hand, and you can start your new paragraph, okay? So it's not that hard to use it, okay? But we have to be quite aware of what we need and when we need them, okay? So we talked about the types, okay? We also talked about choosing them, okay? Now, the next thing that a lot of people overlook, and when I'm helping students, that's the first thing we talk about, okay? It's basically thinking about the difference between sentences and clauses. Maybe I'm getting really into grammar here, okay? Maybe some people don't know the difference. So basically, a sentence is is capital, oh my god, capital word, okay, capital letter, full stop. That's a sentence. All right. Usually subject verb, that's a sentence. Whereas a clause is a part of a sentence. All right. So a clause is a part of a sentence, usually with subject verb. Okay. So we have 2 types of things when it comes to the grammar, and also knowing the difference between sentences and clauses, okay, will help you use the cohesive devices, the linking words, the connectors, the conjunctions much, much better. All right. If you're watching this and you have any questions, pop a question, okay, and I can tell you all about it. All right, if you can't quite understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, but basically now sentences and clauses, okay? Because what happens is some cohesive devices, they will be connecting sentences. All right, so you want them to use them to connect only sentences. And other cohesive devices, they will be connecting clauses. All right. So let's say you say something, you have a full stop, and you want to continue saying something else that is connected to what you said before in the previous sentence. So you need to choose a cohesive device that will connect sentences. But sometimes we have 2 different ideas in one sentence, right? So if we have everything in one sentence, then we will be connecting clauses. Right? So there will be 2 connections in one sentence. So we need to use cohesive devices that will help you connect clauses, not sentences. For example, however, 99% of the time you're going to use however in the beginning of the sentence. Why? Because however will connect sentences, not clauses. Even though. But Fabi, I saw even though in the beginning of the sentence. Yes, you can say in the beginning of the sentence. However, even though is connecting 2 ideas in the same sentence. All right, so please pay extra attention to that, okay? So let's recap a little bit. So we talked about why linking words, cohesive devices are important, okay? Then we talked about the different types. Okay, then we talked about choosing the best one to use in your writing. And now we started to talk about the different types, okay? Some will connect sentences and others will connect clauses, okay? And then we come down to something that a lot of people struggle with, which is the grammar of the linking words, all right? So if you have been studying the IELTS for a while, you probably noticed that every time you have a linking word, you have something after, right? But what you have after changes depending on the linking word, okay? So for example, you have a however. You need a comma. If you start a sentence with however, you need a comma. And what do you need after that? You need subject verb. All right, so you have however, comma, subject verb. All right, cool, okay. And then what if you have something like in spite of? In spite of has the same meaning as however. But what do I need after in spite of? Does it go in the beginning? Yes, it can go in the beginning, but actually it will connect clauses, not sentences. And then can I use subject verb? No, you can't, okay? So after in spite of and after despite, you need to use a noun or verb ing. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to get you guys to think about now, okay? So maybe if you can, get any of your writings, get something, have a look and find a linking word and check what is the grammar after it. Okay, so you'll be surprised at how different they can be, okay? Because again, as I mentioned before, okay, some of these words, they are similar but different at the same time, okay? So probably when after you just started studying English, you know, you're like maybe in basic level, in pre-intermediate level, you saw the word however and asked your teacher, what's however? And the teacher said, it's the same as but. And you're like, all right, that makes sense. And then you read the sentence, you, instead of saying however, you say but. Cool, that makes sense. But then you're just thinking about the meaning. But can you put but every time so you don't want to use however? Can you replace with but? Not all the time. Okay, so one thing that can be tricky for a lot of people is the fact that these linking words, okay, sometimes they have the same meaning, but they have different grammar and they have different positions in the sentence. All right, so that's another thing that we have to think about. Okay, so we think about the meaning of the linking words, then we move on and we think about the position where they go, and we have to think about the grammar. Okay, guys, we definitely have to think about the grammar. Okay, because that's when we make mistakes. Okay, so at least from my experience, okay, I've helped a lot of people, and sometimes they will use the cohesive devices, but then they will use it in the wrong place, position, okay, and then sometimes it will be in the right place. The meaning is okay, that's what they're trying to say, but what they write after the linking word is wrong because they didn't think about the grammar that they need. All right, so yeah, that's like a huge, gigantic overview for the linking words. Okay, guys, if you have any questions, all right, just pop the questions in there. Okay, if you have any questions, maybe I gave you too much information. Yeah, but yeah, because like, okay, to me, when it comes to linking words, the most important thing to think about is, are we working with sentences or are we working with clauses? Okay, then we think about the meaning of the linking word. Then we think about the position, then we think about the grammar. Okay, so these are maybe the most important things, okay? And of course, all right, you tell me, oh, Fabi, but when I'm doing the test, it's impossible to think about that. That's why we practice, okay? So maybe take, let's say today, grab a writing task, okay? And then just think about it, okay? So what's this task? What linking words do I need? Okay, need these ones. All right, are they connecting sentences or are they connecting clauses? All right, cool, connecting sentences. What's the grammar after this? And practice it. Okay, so I think it's the best way. Another thing you can do, instead of writing things, maybe you can go back to, if you've been studying for the IELTS, you probably have writings that you've done before and someone checked for you. Okay, so have a look at them, and maybe you made a mistake concerning cohesive devices, and then you can look at it and you say, oh my god, I made a mistake here because blah blah blah. Okay, and most importantly, okay, if you want extra work, okay, if you want to practice more, okay, one of the books that I use with my students and I absolutely love, okay, when it comes to grammar for the IELTS exam, is a book called Grammar for IELTS, okay? So this book is amazing because it basically deals with all the topics that would be important. Okay, so all the grammar topics that will be important for the IELTS exam. All right, so thinking about speaking and also thinking about writing. All right, and they have a section there on linking words, which is pretty cool. So if you're willing to do some extra work, all right, I would grab the book. So Cambridge, it's a Grammar for IELTS. It's from Cambridge, so the publisher is Cambridge. It's I think the cover is a bit pink and purple. Okay, so if you are thinking about it, all right, so definitely go grab that book and practice. All right, practice. Okay, do you have any questions for me today, guys? Lots of hellos there. All right. Yes, if you have any questions, pop the questions there. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you what's happening, okay, at Fabi English. So basically, something pretty cool that I think you should all join. So next Thursday, the 24th of June at 7:15 p.m., okay, there will be a lesson with me, okay, and I will be talking about the type of English that you need to get a 7+ on the IELTS exam. All right, so in this lesson, we'll be talking about all the things that you need, okay, the type of English and everything you need to get a 7+. If you want to join, just go ahead and click on the link in the bio here. All right, so that's so that's there for you. Okay, so you click on the link, it will take you to a page and you put your email there. And then after that, you can get the link for the Zoom class. It's gonna be a Zoom class, okay? Another thing is, if you need help with writing, head to my website, okay? On my website, I have the IELTS Writing Task 2 mini course. It's free, okay? So if you head to www.fabienglish.com, okay? So fabienglish.com. You'll find this free course, okay? So this course is to help you with the structure, okay? Because honestly, I think that the first thing you should focus on when it comes to IELTS writing is the structure of your writing, okay? So if you head to my website and you register and you do that course, it's free, okay? You will know what type of structure you need for the most common tasks, okay? And there's also an ebook there that you can grab, all right? This in this feature, okay? So there's heaps of things to do, okay? All right, so no questions today. So I'm going to go now. All right, please. Oh, and also head to YouTube. I might put the link somewhere because there's actually a virtual class in which I talked a lot about cohesive devices and linking words that you guys can grab. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go. No questions? Maybe people are typing. No? No? All right, cool. So, but if you have any questions later, okay, so you know where to find me. You can send me a message here. You can also send me a message on Facebook. You can send me an email at fabi@fabienglish.com, okay? And I'll see you on Monday, same time, Monday, 12 p.m., okay? Brisbane time, all right? Bye!